Hello, my name's James. I'm a portrait photographer from Portsmouth in the UK, and I welcome you to my studio and to this latest video on the No Fuss Muss channel, how to control light. We're joined by international wrestling sensation Zoe Lucas. Say hi, Zoe.
Hola.
There it is, Zoe's here. Let us know in the comments below whether you think this top is blue or green. I think it's green. Everyone else in this room thinks it's blue. It's a green top, that's why I'm wearing it today, to match with Zoe. We're going to be controlling light in a one light setup today, and we're going to show you how I use a thing that I bought from a trade merchant that I couldn't get to the studio because it was too big, but I use it every day in the shoot, and it's an amazing piece of kit, and it's something that you might want to look to use in the environment, but also to make yourself. We've posed Zoe up here today, we've wardrobed Zoe with colour harmony in mind. This is a really challenging colour setup. This is a complementary colour setup. You're often told yellow and green. Yellow and green? We're often told red and green can't be seen. I don't believe that. It just rhymes, okay? It's not a real thing. Red and green sit on opposite ends of the colour wheel. What we're trying to do here is create a punchy, impactful shot to really make Zoe stand out with this amazing green dress that was bought from
Fashion Nova?
Fashion Nova! Like and subscribe, tag them in. That's what we're going to do. To make this shoot really, really simple, we're going to use the biggest light source that we have, which is this Octobox, which is attached to the oldest light that I own. I bought these RX 4s in around about 2009. I'm sure none of you on YouTube are even alive then, but I bought these ages ago and they're still working in studio today. So this light has been fashioned and attached to this C-stand, and we've placed it up and around from Zoe. 45 degrees up, 45 degrees round and 45 degrees down, so that if we were to draw a line through the middle of that softbox, it would be roughly hitting just above Zoe's eye line there. Now for this shoot, we're going to show you how we can control light in 3 different ways. But to establish, first of all, how the light is falling, we're just going to take a test picture here of Zoe, just to see how this light is coming out of here and how it's falling on Zoe and what we're looking for in this shoot. We're shooting today on a Canon RX, We're shooting today on a Canon R6 with a 24-105. It's my workhorse lens. Look, I use it daily there. I've got my EL Skyport on the top, which is talking to my old Elinchrom. My new Skyport, my brand new one here, is still talking to my old light up there and still making it flash in time. And we're shooting at around about f9 today, 160th of a second, just to give us full detail throughout the portrait. Nice middle aperture number there. I've noticed that a lot of you are obsessed with F numbers on this channel and what F number I use. Well, today I'm using f9. Tomorrow it might be a completely different one. And we're just going to get Zoe just to do a little pose here for us. She's right in the middle of the studio there. Nice and simple, very experienced. She knows exactly what she's doing. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're going to try and make these lights flash on this one. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're definitely having a problem here. Hang on 2 seconds. Keep rolling, this is gold. So Zoe there with the pose, and 3, that's it, chin down, just a fraction, 3, 2, 1, go. Beautiful. Very simple shot there. Now, we can see from this image that light is falling down across Zoe's face, which means that the left-hand side of her face there is falling into shadow, where this light is just coming across. Although it's a big soft light source, it is coming across and it'll be hitting the side of the face down here. It's not going to quite hit, it's not going to get any light in there. And what I use in this situation to balance this out, rather than bringing in another fill light and cluttering the studio with lights and stands and all that kind of stuff going on there, is I'll bring in one of these. And this is a homemade reflector kit, essentially. These polystyrene boards, ta-da! Looks like Wheel of Fortune or Sale of the Century or something. You could go home with this today. This polystyrene board was purchased from Travis Perkins Builders Merchants. It's around about, I think, 8 foot tall by, I don't know, whatever that is, 3 foot wide, something like that. And they come white, and I painted this side white just to make sure that we had a good nubbin of paint on there. It just gives it a little bit more solidity. And then I painted the other side, which would come around here, black. So I've got a black side and a white side for controlling light. And then the carpenter in me made these little wheels that went on the bottom on the wooden support so that I could just wheel it around the studio nice and simply. For this first portrait, for this first modification, should we say, we're going to bring this reflector panel in here on this side of Zoe. We're going to have the lip of it just going over the edge of the backdrop there. Perfect. And we're just going to see how having this white reflector is going to change the look of the portrait when she does exactly the same pose there. Can we remember the pose, Zoe? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Perfect, just in there. Haven't moved the light, haven't moved the setting, and 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and simple there. So we can see it's only a tiny little, well, it's not a tiny modification, it's quite a big modification. Not only on the face, but also on the dress. Can you see how we've punched in light into those areas of the dress to lighten up the green, to really make that green sing? This is super crucial when we're shooting portraits of people in outfits that they've invested in, maybe goal outfits that they've worked towards establishing and worked towards celebrating themselves. They really want every tone, and certainly professional wrestlers who spend a lot of money on their gear and on their outfits and on their sequins and all that kind of stuff. Getting every single bit of the area, every single bit of that wardrobe, every single bit of that kit exposed for the shot is going to pay dividends in the long run. That's the first modification we can choose. The second modification we can choose, however, is we can just flip it all round, take away all of the benefits from the previous explanation and give us that black side. But that is going to give us control and it is going to give us contrast. Zoe's going to do the same pose first of all, just to see the difference between the two shots. Same pose again, 3, 2, and beautiful, well done. There we go, and now we've got a much more dramatic portrait with real darker tones and real contrast and a difference in the lighting ratio from one to the other. Once we start to then move this pose with the black reflector, so we're going to turn you around facing towards me, actually straight on, drop the knee in here for me, hands up in here for me, something like that. Perfect, just there. Did you see the mirroring on that? Refer to my previous videos about how we pose through mirroring. That's lovely, hold that there, looking straight towards me. Beautiful. And now we've got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bit of light on the face there, just skimming across, and real drama. By employing a second reflector panel, and that's where we're going to do now. We're going to move into 2 reflector panels. And by doing that, we're just going to move this light now, the same distance away from Zoe, but just round to the side, round in front there. So we've got like almost butterfly style lighting coming straight in over the top. And we're going to bring another reflector in on this side, so I've got 2 of these reflectors. So this one's going to be pushed in here, and we're creating almost like a light trap where light now cannot bounce. Previously, when this white one was here, the light was coming across from this angle, skimming across Zoe, and then what was left and what wasn't being exposed on the face was bouncing off the white side of the wall and back into Zoe. Now the light that's channeling in here is not bouncing, it's got no room to bounce around. The black is going to soak up that light completely. So that's going to give us real effective, impactful, high tonal range images for this shot. Let's have an experiment and just see how it looks first of all, because we have moved the light position. So the first picture here, Zoe, little pose in for me. I'm going to come in just underneath this light in here, get nice and close to the tripod. Beautiful, 3, 2, 1. Stunning. Beautiful, no spill on the side of the face there, real. And look at the black lines down the side of the dress, which is really almost separating it from the background in the reverse way that a separation light would. Where a separation light would highlight the rim and highlight the sides and really bounce off. These black areas, these black reflectors now are channeling that light, allowing no reflection and allowing that fall off to be more distinctive and more dramatic. Few poses here for me, Zoe. Change it, change it, change it. Don't be afraid to look off camera. Change it, change it. Perfect. That's it, perfect. Try not to smile on this one. Bring this leg right across you now for me. 3, 2, 1, go. Beautiful. And that control now is giving us a much more controlled, channeled light through all of those images and really giving us those darker tones in that green dress. The third way that we're going to use these reflector panels now, well, guess what? We're just going to turn them all the way around so that we use the white side, and we're just going to see how that white side is going to affect the look of these portraits if we do the same thing. Bear in mind, our posing and our expression needs to match the lighting and the mood that we're trying to put in place. So with the previous set of shots where we had the black side, we were trying to achieve sophisticated, moody, dramatic, impactful images. Now we've got the white light bouncing all around here. We should see a big difference in the way that the face and the dress is illuminated. So let's keep it light, keep it fun, keep it funky. That's going to match the lighting that we're trying to achieve here. Here we go. Remember, cause and effect. Everything you do in photography, everything you do with light is cause and effect. You move a light, you change your contrast, you change your lighting ratios. Why are you doing it? What are you trying to achieve? Well, with this one, I want to lighten everything up, lighten the mood, and make it look nice and fun. Zoe's fun, so she's going to give us, here we go. We're away, some fun images. Let's go, 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 and go. Woo, that's perfect. I love it. And look at that. Now that dress is nicely illuminated, and if we just look at the difference from, say, maybe this one to that one, there's much more light around the face, there's much more light in the hair, so the hair's really popping off with the lovely auburn autumnal tones that she's got in there, and the dress is nicely illuminated, so we've got a much more even green. These small changes to the lighting ratios and the lighting setups are going to make big differences. So 3 things there that we've used to really create impactful portraits. We've chosen a wardrobe and a color scheme that works with regards to impact. We've chosen a simple lighting, one light lighting source that allows us to only control one light, and if there's only one light in the picture, there's only one thing that can go wrong, and there's only one thing that you need to amend to make it right. And then we've controlled the light with these analog reflector panels to control the light within the picture the way it falls, so that when we pose and when we ask for expressions and when we ask for forms, they are fitting the mood of the tonal range and everything that we're trying to create in session. Zoe, what do people in the internet and on YouTube need to do now?
Make a cup of tea.
Like and subscribe, as every YouTuber asks you to do. You can also visit No Fuss Muss, where there's even more learning and even more Zoe if you can stand it.
Can they comment as well?
They can comment. They could make nice comments. They could be kind, and they could be they could be nice to each other, which would be weird in 2025. Thanks very much for watching. All the best.